So again, we are back. I'm ready to promote my server now to make it a domain controller. I'll click promote the server to domain controller. The first screen is going to ask me about, let me make the screen bigger so you guys maybe can have it a clearer view. 1 second. Hopefully it will be a bit easier to read. So in the first step, it's going to ask me whether I'm going to add a new domain or a domain controller to the existing domain. So I already have a network ready, I already have my office and my equipment, and I want to add an extra computer or domain controller. We don't use this part now because this is the part we are going to use when we buy server 2 and install it on the domain next week or the week after in the classes. Good. Add a new domain to an existing forest. This is when you already have a forest and you want to add a brand new domain. So my company is Hassan.com, and I bought a new company yesterday called McDonald. Inshallah, I'll buy McDonald, and then I'll be adding that whole domain to my network. No. What we're going to do in this our example, this is a new forest. Even though the forest have only one PC in it, that's fine. It's still called a forest. Even with one plant, we still call it a forest. What is my domain name? It's up to the naming convention that I'll be giving to you in the class. Here I'm going to call it Hassan.local. Good. Or instead of Hassan, let's call it ode.local. So here is my domain name will be ode.local. So now if somebody got an email address from me, his email address will be hassan.ode.local. Sorry, hassan@ode.local. If you have a proper domain like ode.org or ode.com, you can do it. It will need a little bit more configuration, but that's something for next time. Right now, we'll just choose whatever the name you like, that local, or follow the naming convention as we have in the class. Next. It will take some time. Remember, in this process, between every step and every step, it's going to test and communicate and configure the network and try to find out what's happening on the network. Now we are ready. In this screen, it will show me what kind of Windows servers I have in my forest. If I have some older servers that have, let's say, 2008, Windows 2008 or Windows 2012, I have to tell him that my forest or my network are using the 2008 system. Because let's be realistic, the new Windows feature and the new Windows 2016 have new features that are not available in 2008. So if I insisted that my server is 2016, that will create a conflict between my new server and the other servers. So as long as I have one server on my network that is old, I have to still choose the old one. Once all my server get upgraded, then I'll switch all my server to the 2016 version. In our network, it's the first server, the first thing, we keep it as it is. Good. The other option here is to back up the directory service restore mode. So this is what happens when your server crash or something happened to your Active Directory. You need a special password to restore it. Remember, this is not your administrator password. This is just the password for the recovery. Of course, for our example in this class, we're going always to use password 1 with capital P just to avoid any forgetting. But in the real life, you don't do that. You just create a special password and you had it in some safe or some system. Next. Do you want to do DNS delegation? That means, do you have another DNS server on your network? So if you have a DNS server already on your network, you do that. But in our example, it says you cannot do it because we don't have. Right now, remember, our domain at this minute, it's only have this PC. I didn't even open these from the box. I don't have this one. Nothing. It's only this PC. So that's why I cannot delegate the DNS to somebody else. Next. NetBIOS domain name. It's one of the standard procedure or the standard protocols. We'll let it just take time to do it. It got the name. I don't have to do anything about it. Next. At this step of installing the domain, it is asking me where do you want to store your Active Directory files. We know Active Directory is a database, so he's simply asking me where are you going to store your database. Good. I can select any folder. Usually you can store it on the same machine, like in our real life example, we store it on the same machine because I don't have another server. But in bigger company, they don't store the data on the same server because remember, Active Directory database can go large. So they will have a proper storage or a proper file system or a proper storage system. They can store it there. So you can write the path of that storage file if it is not on the same server. In our example, it is on the same server. We will keep it. Next, he's showing you a quick summary. We know that. Next, he will show you any warning or any alarm or anything wrong. If there is anything wrong, it will be in red. If anything warning, it will be in yellow. If only yellows, you can install it. We will get 2 errors for sure. This one of them will be because the DNS is not ready, and one of them because of the DHCP or stuff. Now that's fine. As long as you don't have any red options, that means you are good. You can install the, or not install, promote your server and get your Active Directory up and running. Again, we will wait for it. Now it's done. Checking, and it gave me 2 small warnings. We understand these 2 warnings are acceptable. I click install. Now it's actually installing and enabling my Active Directory. When it's done, my server will actually become a domain controller. I can control my odeh.local domain from this server. Again, it will take some time. We just have to wait for it. Of course, at a certain stage, the system will tell me that I'm going to restart my computer now when I restart my server. Since it's a VM server, I don't mind. It will restart itself. We'll just wait for it to restart and we'll continue from there. Hey guys, we are back. Now after the setup done, it will restart itself the server. We click Ctrl+Delete to login. And now we will notice something here. It's no longer saying administrator, it's saying odeh domain administrator. So I am logging into the domain odeh. And my computer now is part of the domain. It's the domain controller, but it's still part of the domain. And now I log into my server, and I have my server up and running. And I will get it in the report here. Wait 1 second. I'll go back smaller zoom just to see the full screen. So now I'll wait for it. It will start showing up all the reports, all the data here. Just give it a few minutes. So it's done configuring. Here is my Active Directory, domain services. My domain is there, my data is there. Here's my DNS. Here is my stuff is up and running now. My server is up and running. Good. I can go to the tools now. I can see the domain users. I can control the domain users. I can control the domain trust. I can control the domain sites. I can go to the group policy management. Now I have my domain up and running. Now, with these steps, my domain is up and running. I will summarize them again quickly. First, we install the Windows Server on the computer. That's number 1. Number 2, after the Windows Server installed, we configure the IP address, we configure the time zone, we configure the server computer name. Third, I will add the role from the manage. I will add the role of the DNS and the DHCP and the Active Directory. But in our lab, we don't do DHCP. Good. And then at the later stage, I promote my server. Now I have a domain. Good. The next step after this is I am going to join the machines to the domain and create the user's account and configure my domain to start my actual business. And now I will have my business up and running. So at the next stage, after I'm done this, I will delete all these IP addresses. Sorry guys, give me a few seconds here. My mistake, I had to clean it before you come. So now I had this part up and running. So my server is ready. My server is ready in my domain. Now, the next step is coming up. We'll talk about it in the next video. I will join these machines to the domain, and we will talk about that later. I will create the user account. So I will create my employees. So now the company have employees. It has Mark, it has Lean, it has Rima, it has Dina, it has the IT administrator Hassan and the IT administrator Mido. We'll talk about those guys in another video to create these accounts and these systems and this configuration. And then we will join the machines to the domain. So we'll watch up that in another video.